Hey everyone, it is tea time with the diva. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, because we're going to get into it. This tea time is dedicated to Justin Bieber. Last night I watched on Tubi the documentary, the first documentary on Diddy, done by TMZ, called The Downfall of Diddy. And I'll say this, did I learn any new information? No, but I got insight to two pieces of information. But for the most part, I say it's worth the watch. It's about 60 something minutes. So an hour and change of your time won't be a big deal. It's kind of like everything you already know pieced together in one package. But what I did learn from one of the biggest contributors in that documentary is, for whatever reason, this man seems to be so sinister, and I'm talking about Diddy, that nobody wants to talk. So even their biggest contributor, which is Aubrey ODay, she said something like, and I'm paraphrasing, but she said, there are pieces of my Diddy, my stories with Diddy that I'm not ready to talk about, and I don't know if I ever will talk about. So as much as she was contributing to this documentary, she mentioned that there are pieces that she don't know she can talk about because she's not ready, or if she would even ever be ready to talk about these pieces. Then there's another individual, they don't say if this person was male or female, that was scheduled to talk also for the documentary. And this particular individual was not going to speak against Diddy. They was actually going to speak for Diddy. And they backed out at the last minute. This particular person said that, you know what? So many people, and I'm paraphrasing again, so many people are involved in this thing, and the person was like, right now I live a very comfortable life, and I don't want to come and speak out and then people come and target me. I'm good. That person pretty much was like, I'm good. I was going to speak, but now I'm not going to speak. So it's interesting that, unlike when they did the R. Kelly documentary, there were tons of people ready to speak. With this Diddy thing, no one wants to speak. And so I circle back to Justin Bieber. It appears as if with Justin Bieber, he has a lot of adult trauma. Just what it appears like to me. He has a lot of adult trauma, and it is his adult trauma or his adult pain, a direct result of maybe his childhood trauma, right? And will he ever speak about his 48 hours that he spent with Diddy? And something's telling me he's going to go to the grave with this information. And it's very sad. What's even sadder is it seems like Diddy allegedly have impacted hundreds of people in a very negative way. And so much so that these individuals are so frightened that even as adults, or even if it happened to them as an adult, they just won't speak on it. So, why am I bringing this up now? I'm bringing this up because recently Justin Bieber had posted some pictures of himself, and you can tell that he was crying. Okay, you see the physical tears. That's how close up the photos that he put up was of him. You just see tears, and to me, that is like a cry out to the world, a cry out to people like help. Many people often say when, maybe unfortunately someone does something to themselves, people like, oh my God, I didn't know that this person was suffering. Who knew? And here you have this individual that posts pictures of himself crying. First of all, for a male, because you know how male usually are, like they don't like to show, or they don't seem to show emotion much. And here you have Justin Bieber not only being vulnerable, but posting this vulnerability for the world to see. So picture that. I feel like he's screaming out and crying out for help. And I feel like sometimes a lot of individuals, when they have childhood trauma, you know, they almost get stuck, even though they grow up and their chronological age is every year they got a birthday, and now I'm 29, now I'm 30, now I'm 31, whatever. Parts of them internally are stuck at that age where they was allegedly violated, or something might have happened to them that was so traumatic, right? And so let me go and just remind everybody. I know everyone has seen these clips before that are so eerie and so creepy. And I say to myself, what did this man do to Justin? And when I say this man, I mean Diddy. What did he do to Justin? And will there ever be justice for not just Justin, allegedly what is his name, Usher, and so many others? When will he pay? Let's listen. Let's look at
Justin. He's in. You ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy. Him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives. Like you know.
I watched this video many times, and I just caught something extra here. He said him and his boy, and they're having the time of his life. I wonder who this other individual that was there also during this 48 hours. And I'm wondering if that person is willing to speak up. I can't imagine that maybe allegedly something happened to Justin and not this boy, because it just seems like Diddy is so sinister. Let's continue.
Where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher. I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
Going crazy.
So of course, hindsight, you look at that and all of the Diddy stories, and you think, oh my God. But even in that video, Justin just seems so nervous, so just having, like, how you ever had a nervous laughter. It just seems like all of that, and then you add it to this awkward clip, and you just like, what happened to poor Justin? Let's add this one. So, you added to that, and he seems a little nervous in that particular video too. And sometimes people may think, oh, you putting 20 on 10, you digging too much. No, I don't think we're digging too much, especially when you see everything that's kind of going on with Justin Bieber now. So let me go ahead and share the current one that I kind of wanted to show you here. So Justin Bieber shares pictures of himself crying. His wife said, "Pretty crier," Hailey says, right? But this is kind of disturbing to see, right? And it just seems like Justin is so incredibly tiny. His face just looks like it's like he's barely there, so to speak. And I just feel like, is this a cry out for help? And who around him is maybe not seeing that there's a need here and something is going on bigger than him just posting pictures of him crying, right? So Justin Bieber is letting fans in on an emotional moment, sharing pictures of himself crying to Instagram, enjoying a reaction from his wife. The beloved singer-songwriter shared the pics as part of a series of posts he shared Friday, all of them pretty eclectic, we gotta say, right? So there he is again. In fact, these pictures of Justin shedding a tear are totally surrounded by other random pics, including a couple of his on stage and a blurry pic of which seems to be like Mary Jane. Now, there's also, I guess you could call it rumors that he's another one that kind of seems to be into a lot of substances or highly hooked on some substances. And, when it comes to Diddy, substances is is spoken about a lot. Can't say what anybody is or is not addicted to, but substances are spoken about a lot. In fact, these pictures of Justin shedding a tear are totally surrounded by other random pics, including a couple of his on stage and a blurry pic of what seems to be like weed. In any case, the shots show a total different side of JB, one more somber and toned down than what many are used to seeing. And like we said, they prompted a response from Justin's better half. Well, his wife and him seem to go through a lot. There's a lot of subliminal messages that come from her side of, her family, so to speak, of speaking that Justin and her are on Splitsville Road and they just are going through a lot of problems. Either way, my heart breaks for Justin, and I hope that whatever's going on internally with him can get resolved, right? So Hailey Bieber hopped on her IG to reply to Justin's post, calling him a pretty crier. So it appears she's not too concerned with the images. Other fans, though, they reacted with a lot more worry than Hailey Bieber, asking if Justin was okay and questioning why the pop superstar might shed some tears. So am I, and these were part of the other pictures that he kind of showed, him smiling or whatever the case may be, and just seeming like, better times, so to speak. I don't know. I just feel there's a lot of, I feel like there's something going on, but something is going on behind there that kind of needs a little looking into, and perhaps he needs help for, right? Just look around at Bieber's other post from yesterday and you'll see it's basically a photo dump at the photo dump. So no emotional breakdown happening recently as far as we can tell. And like I said, I did see this on Tubi. TMZ presents the downfall of Diddy. It's a little over 60 minutes, maybe 70 minutes at best. Nothing new. Only thing I really got from that is people are afraid to speak when it comes to the opposite side. Well, actually, I take that back. When it comes to both sides, whether they're going to speak against him or for him, it seems also that, his bad boy artists, if they did take back their publishing rights, according to Aubrey ODay, they had to sign away that they was going to shut their mouth and never say anything negative about Diddy. And the only one that was there and 10 toes down for Diddy was Stevie J. So listen, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. And let me know your thoughts. Do you think, let me stop sharing the screen. Do you think that Diddy did something to Justin? Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you on the next video.